Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 9 p.m. English News Edition brought to you live from RTD channel. And tonight, as headlines, we have the head of state inaugurated the headquarters of the Ministry of Energy and the International Hydrocarbon Company of Djibouti. And on the international scene, strategic installation targeted between Iran and Israel. Those were the top stories, and welcome back in our newsroom. We begin tonight news with the President's address to the UN. The President of the Republic, President Ismail Omar Guelleh, addressed the United Nations on its 80th anniversary, reaffirming his country's commitment to multilateralism and global cooperation. Here is the President's address.
Excellencies, fellow heads of states, Mr. Secretary General, it gives me great pleasure to join the Secretary General and fellow heads of states and governments to deliver these few remarks to commemorate the 80th anniversary of the Charter of the United Nations and the establishment of the United Nations. Only a handful of African countries were involved in the drafting of the United Nations Charter, but Africa embraced the United Nations as a global common, effectively using the platform to advocate for the decolonization of other African countries that remained under the yoke of colonial rule. Djibouti is a direct beneficiary of those efforts by African states and as a proud member since 1977. Djibouti has actively participated in United Nations initiatives striving to promote regional stability, human rights, and environmental sustainability today, decades later, and because of the many transformations that the world has undergone, not all positive, but the United Nations Charter has continued to govern our world, and the United Nations has been a critical linchpin in our efforts to address peace and security, climate change, poverty, as well as emerging threats. The organization has sought to continuously reform itself, and under the Secretary General's leadership, endeavored to build a networked multilateralism in which the United Nations family, the international financial institutions, regional organizations, trading blocs, work together and closely and more effectively. Current efforts aimed at reducing the cost of operation and eliminating waste must, however, not reduce our ambition to increase the effectiveness and the legitimacy of our organization. The stakes are high. The world needs the United Nations more than ever before. Let us collectively work to reject attempts to question the centrality of the United Nations Charter. Let us strive to build an organization that serves the interests of all member states, large and small. Thank you for your attention.
This morning, the President of the Republic, President Ismail Omar Guelleh, officially opened the new headquarters of the Ministry of Energy and International Hydrocarbons Company of Djibouti, SIHD. This public institution is responsible for importing and developing the hydrocarbon sector in Djibouti. These new modern buildings include two large towers, one for all departments of the Ministry of Energy and the other for the headquarters of the International Hydrocarbons Company of Djibouti. The buildings are brand new, fully equipped with modern technical office and material facilities to support efficient work and good performance. The opening of this building is part of the continuous strategic effort led by President Gele to make energy policy a national priority in Djibouti. This major project by the Ministry of Energy reflects its central role in identifying, planning, and carry out energy development projects for the country. As a regional hub in the hydrocarbon sector, the Djiboutian government is showing its strong commitment to ensuring secure and affordable energy supplies for both regional and international markets through this new headquarters.
wuxuu xeerkani dan qaran malabka duntadeena jiifa wuxuu xilli kasta daboolka daljire ugu sii adkayn dalkeenna horumarkiisiyo danteenna guud baa ku xidhan wuxuu xeerkani dan qaran malabka duntadeena jiifa dalkeenna horumarkiisiyo danteenna guud baa ku xidhan daryeel dunyadii heshee laga dhowra dayacee dubaagana laga ceshado cadceedda dushada iyo dayaxay higsataa daryeel dunyadii heshee laga dhowra dayacee dubaagana laga ceshado cadceedda dushada iyo dayaxay higsataa dunidu way isla weerto dufaaniyo dabayla dhacaye nahareel mari daayiro
And thereafter, the President of the Republic made an important and symbolic visit to the new premises of the Ministry of Energy and the headquarters of the International Hydrocarbons Company of Djibouti. This new multi-purpose complex includes office spaces, laboratories for engineers and technicians, and meeting conference rooms. These rooms will be able to host regional, continental, and international seminars on energy. The two buildings, covering total area of 5,000 square meters over 13 floors, show Djibouti's goals of building modern institutions that meet today's public service standard. This building will host several government services to improve efficiency and the quality of public service. This modern site will help create good working conditions and encourage innovation in a key sector of Djibouti's development. The building will also house the International Hydrocarbons Company of Djibouti, an integrated oil company operating in the country. Its mission is to meet all petroleum needs, mainly through importing, but also storing and exporting refined petroleum products, not just in Djibouti, but across the region. SIHD aims to become a regional leader in the hydrocarbon industry. The Director General of Djibouti Hydrocarbons, Dabbar Adawi, said that he was proud of the new premises. Let's listen to him.
For those of us working in the field of hydrocarbons, this moment represents a turning point, not only in terms of physical infrastructure, but in how we envision and implement the energy future of our country. These new facilities offer us at last the environment we need to operate at the highest level of efficiency, professionalism, and technical rigor. The consolidation of all energy-related departments, including our Directorate of Hydrocarbons under one modern, unified platform, will drastically improve coordination, policy implementation, and regulatory oversight. It will allow us to engage more effectively with investors, consultants, and international partners, and to do so in an environment that reflects our ambitions. This building is not just made of walls and glass. It is built on a foundation of national commitment and vision, a vision that places energy, security, sustainability, and innovation at the heart of Djibouti's development strategy. At the Directorate of Hydrocarbons, we are ready to meet the demands of this new era. We are committed to ensuring that our sector remains well-governed, transparent, and attractive to responsible investment. We will work hand in hand with the private sector, academic institutions, and civil society to build a resilient energy system that serves the needs of our people and protects our environment. I would like to take this opportunity to sincerely thank His Excellency the President of the Republic for his unwavering support, the Ministry's leadership for its guidance, and all those whose hard work made this project possible. As we open the doors to this new home, we also open the door to a brighter future, one powered by knowledge, collaboration, and a shared determination to succeed.
And for his part, the Minister of Energy, Younis Ali Gidi, said that the inauguration of the new premises marked an important milestone for Djibouti's sector. Let's listen to Minister Gidi.
The inauguration of this new modern headquarters marks a turning point in how we serve our nation. It brings together for the first time all the departments, services, and institutions under the Ministry of Energy in one central and unified space, purpose-built to meet the demands of a fast-changing world. The facilities you see before you today are not merely buildings. They are a testament of intent, a declaration that Djibouti is serious about its energy ambitions, serious about good governance, and serious about attracting the world's confidence and investment. This infrastructure will allow us to better coordinate, plan, and implement our national energy strategy, including key areas such as hydrocarbons, renewable energies, natural resources, and energy transition. It gives our teams the tools, the environment, and the confidence to operate at a higher standard of service, with a greater transparency and professionalism. I would like to express my deepest gratitude to His Excellency the President of the Republic for his visionary leadership and steadfast support of this project, from conception to completion. It was funded entirely by our national resources, which makes it a true symbol of sovereignty and self-resilience. I am confident that with this new platform, we are better positioned than ever to realize our long-term energy vision, one that empowers our youth, protects our environment, and ensures energy access for all.
This launch highlights the President's dedication to advancing and empowering vital institutions that drive the country's economic and energy progress. Let's listen to the President of the Republic, Ismail Omar Guelleh.
Today marks a significant milestone for our nation's energy sector. The inauguration of this new state-of-the-art facilities reflects our commitment to modern governance, efficient public service, and sustainable development. For the first time, all departments and services under the Ministry of Energy are centralized within a single high-standard complex. This will allow us to streamline our operations and address the energy development challenges of our country from one unified platform. These new headquarters are not only a symbol of progress, but also a practical tool that enhances our capacity for innovation, collaboration, and high-level international exchange. We are proud to have financed this project with national funds, and I believe it will significantly strengthen our institutional performance and reinforce investor confidence. With this infrastructure, we are sending a strong message to our partners and citizens alike. Djibouti is determined to move swiftly and decisively toward an inclusive and ambitious energy transition.
Moving on to other news now. Yesterday, a seminar on the future of land and environmental governance was held at the historic Djiboutian National Assembly. Under the theme Land Governance, Gender and Climate Change Adaptation, this national dialogue supported by the Intergovernmental Authority on the Development and the German Agency for International Cooperation brought together key political, institutional and social stakeholders from Djibouti. The event highlights the crucial role of women parliamentarians in promoting fair and sustainable land management. They emphasized the need to better integrate gender issues into public policies on land access, especially amid increasing climate crisis. Discussion focused on revising legal frameworks to strengthen women's rights and encourage sustainable farming practices. This national dialogue is part of a regional process initiated a month ago by IGAD and its partners to promote responsible, inclusive land governance across the Horn of Africa. Under the chairmanship of MP Kamil Hamed, the Committee on Social Development and Environmental Protection met on Monday, June 23, 2025, to review Bill number 160, number 176 of the year 2025 ninth legislature concerning mandatory vaccination for children under 5 and pregnant women. The session brought together committee members with the presence of the Minister of Health, Dr. Ahmed Roble, accompanied by his key staff. Following the discussion, the committee concluded its work by approving the proposed legislation and forwarded it to the plenary session for adoption. And now the Committee on Legislation and General Administration and Human Rights, chaired by MP Kaltoun Farah Saeed, convened to review Bill number 19 of the year 2023 concerning the adoption of the Digital Code. The government was now represented by Mariam Hamadou Ali, Minister Delegate for Digital Economy and Innovation, accompanied by senior technical officials. At the conclusion of a discussion, the committee finalized its review and forwarded the bill, including proposed amendment, to the upcoming plenary session. And now we turn to this report highlighting the Djiboutian struggle for independence.
The French colonial establishment on our territory was a campaign from the very beginning by the management and exploitation of the physical space, dictated by its own interests and the spirit of its explorers, but also entrepreneurs. The colonial power implemented a policy of spatial development based on models. It was these models that will serve as a master plan for the urbanization of Djibouti city from its founding. On one side was the inhabitants' space, and on the other side was the space to be economically exploited. Naturally, this Barner's model left no room for the cultural, traditional, or geographical space of the territory's inhabitants. In the minds of the colonial administration, the latter collectively formed the subject of the space to be economically exploited. Upon his arrival in Djibouti City, Governor Léonce Lagarde called upon major metropolitan companies to draw up plans for colonial urbanization, primarily on the Heron and Le Plateau. Roughly speaking, the upper part, that is, the part not subject to flooding, was developed for the benefit of the colonial power, while the lower part was abandoned to the natives and the poorest. To be precise, from Heron at La Gare Square, part of the city where Europeans reside. On another part of this Serpent Plateau and the Marabout Plateau are the main commercial infrastructure, the train station, the headquarters of the railway company, and the shipping lines. Place of worship and schools were frequented by the Europeans are located on the Republic of Boulevard. The Darak these squares serve as the southern boundary of the two plateaus, the areas inhabited by the Europeans and the area occupied by the indigenous people. It is therefore below that the indigenous settlement square began. From the founding of the city, nomadic inhabitants called Harish spread across what is now Hamoudi Harbi Square, opposite to the Hamoudi Mosque. This mosque was constructed were also found throughout the areas now called Bulaus. It is the local name of Bulakaus, literally that gives the area its name, as Djibouti City expanded the southward due to the industrial activities, particularly the salt mining at the Les Salines West. The colonial administration was concerned with the controlling the settlement of these semi-nomadic population who occupied the hardest and most thankless jobs, which were the coolies, guard, and boys.
Djiboutian women played also a key role in the fight for national independence. Let's take a look at this report.
In Djibouti, women have always been major players in history. Since the earliest day of the struggle for independence, they have made their voice heard. Present in demonstration and behind the scene organizing resistance, Djiboutian women have actively contributed to the context of national sovereignty. Their commitment, often silent, have nevertheless been decisive for the country's future. Since coming to power, President Gelle have made women's empowerment a major priority to national development. Under his leadership, concrete policies have been implemented to improve women's access to education, health, and employment, but also the strengthening of their representation in political and economic spheres. Alongside the president, the First Lady plays an active and influential role in this dynamic, engaged in numerous social initiatives. She particularly supports literacy programs, women's entrepreneurship projects, and action aimed at protecting women's rights. Together, they embody a strong political will to fully integrate women into the country's development, valuing their role as a driver of social and economic progress. Today, this legacy continues to live on through the generation. Today's Djiboutian women find themselves at the crossroad between tradition and modernity, while they remains the pillar of the home, ensuring the education of children and the stability of the family units. They now play a central role in society. They are teachers, engineers, entrepreneurs, members of parliament, and even artists. They are involved in the economic, agriculture, culture, and politics with the same unwavering determination. In both cities and rural areas, their presence is increasingly visible. They create business, lead associations, speak in the media, and sit on institutions. This development reflects a true transformation of Djiboutian society by breaking down barriers and prejudice. Women are paving the way for a new generation, a young woman growing up with strong rules models rooted in local.
And still with the national news, the caravan celebrating the 48th anniversary of the national independence made a memorable stop in the Demerjog sub-prefecture on a Sunday, setting up a stage at the heart of the local community development center. Demerjog truly shone during this emotional evening of unity, pride, and sharing. This festive and civic event was an opportunity to rekindle the spirit of national unity while emphasizing the importance of passing down history to younger generation and fulfilling the duty to the nation. A large, enthusiastic crowd from the Demerjog and surrounding area attended the symbolic celebration and living testament to the population's strong attachment to the values of freedom, memory, and patriotism. An important coordination meeting was held in the conference room of the Ministry of Youth and Culture as part of the preparation for the commemoration evening of the 48th anniversary of national independence scheduled for June 26, 2025 at Place Hurriya, presided over by Dr. Hibo Mumin Asoui, Minister of Youth and Culture. The meeting brought together representatives from key partners institutions involved in organizing this major national event, including Djibouti's radio, television, the National Police, the Djiboutian Coast Guard, and the Civil Protection. Discussion focused on logistical coordination, security arrangement, and media coverage, and the artistic and cultural organization of the June 26th evening. Each partner reaffirmed their commitment to fully contribute to the success of this patriotic celebration, which held annually. In Health File Now, as part of its partnership with the Mobile Emergency and Resuscitation Service, Djibouti Port Corridor Road organized a first aid training session on Sunday yesterday at the Sheikho Hospital premises. This training aimed at enhancing staff skills sought to better prepare agents for the prevention and management of emergency situations, thereby contributing to user safety and the effectiveness of field intervention. The event took place in the presence of Dr. Timiro, Director of Technical Services of Sheikho Hospital, and Ismail, Operation Director of DPCR, highlighting the importance given to this kind initiative by both partner institutions. Through this training, DPCR reaffirms its commitment to safety, prevention, and the professional development of its items. Let's recall that as part of its partnership with the Mobile Emergency and Resuscitation Services, Djibouti Port Corridor Board has organized the first aid training session yesterday. And for her part, Dr. Timiro, Technical Director of Sheikh Hospital, emphasized that this training will help strengthen and consolidate the collaboration between both parties to ensure safety and prevent emergencies or any potential hazards. She acknowledged that the transport and logistics sector is highly risky, frequently facing emergencies and accidents. This situation requires a thorough response and measures to effectively manage such health cases, aiming to save patients in a timely manner, she finally concluded. Another news, the Ministry of Commerce, through its Directorate of Domestic Trade, has officially launched the third phase of the general census of retail outlets in Balabala neighborhood. This initiative aims to put in place a comprehensive inventory of retail points in order to better understand the local commercial landscape and improve the services offered to consumers. The census will also help identify the specific needs of merchants and implement appropriate measures to support the development of commerce in the region. The retail census operations are intended to monitor the market and prevent price fluctuations of essential goods regulated by the Ministry of Trade. And during this operation, Ministry agents will display an identification sheet with a QR code at each retail outlet to help better organize and structure the country's commercial sector. Sports now, the Djiboutian Football Federation organized the finals of the National Third Division Championship and the Women's Football Championship yesterday afternoon at the synthetic field of Balbala. The event was attended by Muhyiddin, Vice President and Interim President of the FDF, Fathiya Usman, Chairwoman of the Women's Football Commission, MP Abdullah Mohammed, and MP Isse, MPs of the region, Abdul Qadir Umar, Vice President of the Regional Council. Congratulations to AS Tajura for winning the 2024-2025 National Third Division Championship with an impressive 3-2 victory against Jebel in Tajura Batu. This is a memorable moment for the club and its supporters, and following the match, the champions, runners-up and referees were awarded medals and trophies by the interim president and secretary general of the Djiboutian Football Federation, along with officials from both teams. And now, concerning the 48th anniversary of the creation of the National Police Forces, a solemn and colorful ceremony at the police barracks of Al Sabih region. Like a detachment of the National Police Forces across the country, the police officers at the Al Sabih detachment under the command of Captain Moussa Douxier celebrated the 48th anniversary on Sunday yesterday. The ceremony was presided over by the prefect of the region, Abdul Malik Mohammed Benoita, and attended by the president of the regional council, Sharmaki Hassan, and many deputies of the region. In Al Sabih, the 48th anniversary celebration began with a troop review, followed by the national flag salute, accompanied by the national anthem music performed by the prefect and the commander of the National Police Detachment. Following the ceremony, the Al Sabih police officers paraded in front of their barracks.
Un séjour hautement symbolique.
Let's head now to the northern part of the country. Officers of the police detachment barracks of Intajura celebrated their 48th anniversary yesterday. The barracks, freshly painted and decorated in national colors, hosted the ceremony earlier that day. This annual event takes place every June 22nd, 5 days before the National Independence Day. The event, held under the leadership of the regional prefect, was attended by the prefect of the regional council, national deputies including Hassan Omar, the commander of the regional armed forces Osman Abdallah, the head of the National Gendarmerie Brigade, government officials, traditional leaders, and other influential civil society figures.
Les détachements de Tadjoura effectuent.
And still in the north, under the command of Lieutenant Iwad Muhammad Iwad, head of Obokho Police Detachment, officers celebrated the anniversary with a solemn and modest ceremony. The event included a troop review, a salute to the national flag accompanied by the anthem, and a meticulously executed parade in front of the newly renovated barracks. The ceremony was attended by the prefect of Obokh region, Musa Aden, the vice president of the regional council, regional notables, representative of the defense and security forces as well, and several civil society personalities. In his speech, the detachment commander paid tribute to the courage and dedication of his men, emphasizing that the national police is a crucial pillar of our country's stability. He also thanked the local authorities and community leaders for their constant support and exemplary collaboration.
Bulshaduna sugayso, saka dhalashada l'évasion de 48.
In Dakhil now, the National Police station in this region celebrated the 48th anniversary of its creation in 1977. This barracks, recently painted and decorated with the colors of the national flag, hosted the celebration of its foundation day and held annually on June 22nd, 5 days before the announcement of the National Independence Day. The event was chaired by the regional governor and president of the regional council, Sharmaki Hassan, and attended by many parliamentarians. The 48th anniversary celebration of the National Police in the region began with a troop parade followed by a salute to the national flag, accompanied by the national anthem performed by the region's commander of the National Police Force. Then, soldiers of the police detachment held a parade on the road in front of their barracks.
أمري طبك النيو كل واحد نبدي لونك النيو يوكم يجمع عنداي هذا ليك منو مين يوكم يجمع عنداي هذا ليك منو مين أكاد بوليس كنيو يوم هذا في بالو
Let's turn now to the international news. Iran and Israel exchange missile attacks targeting key sites, while Iran threatens to close the important Strait of Hormuz. Kasilari has more.
4 consecutive waves of Iranian missile target Israel within 20 minutes, hitting areas from the north to the south of the country, according to the Israeli Home Front Command. Israel's Channel 13 report that 4 missiles hit the territory, 3 in the south and 1 in the north. The Israeli electricity company confirmed that one of its strategic installations in the 15 military aircraft, including the helicopter using drones.
That's it for tonight news. Thanks for being with us and have a good night.